Hi. Happy Taco Tuesday. Y'all eating tacos? Y'all eating the tacos? What's going on, everyone? First of all, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Off the Record with Opulence. We have a few more left. So tonight we have Stasha Sanchez, Gorson. She's in the house. And yeah, so come on in, share the live. Whenever you are in, share the live if you don't mind, so we can um, definitely get this story out and talk to our one of our legends and icons and things of that nature. And say hello once you get into the here. Say hi to me or something. Hi, Steven. And hello, Morgan. How's the baby girl? I know she was. She ain't no little girl no more. She was about 8, 7, 8. A little lady. Hi, Terrence. Oh, I miss you. I hope to see you. Well, will I be seeing you this weekend? I would definitely come get her. I would definitely come get her. You let me know when. I don't mind. And spoiling her and taking her shopping and all of that good stuff. Hello, Trayshawn. Mr. Ebony is in the house. Hey, Courtney. If you all did not get to check out my interview with Courtney Capri, you can go onto my page. It was last Tuesday. Actually, it was a great interview. And I'm going to do another one with someone that'll be a surprise coming up in a couple of weeks. So make sure that you all are checking that out. Hello, Lady Jasmina. So, quick house announcements. Of course, you all know we are less than 30 days away from Renaissance. Coming to Renaissance is the theme. So, hopefully, you all will come, whether it's a patron or a contestant. Um, November the 23rd and 24th. The 24th is the actual pageant at the Starling downtown Atlanta. Hey, Mr. US of A. Honoring Vanessa Frost, Scooby West, myself, and my king, Fashabi Ross. Most of you know him as Wendell King. So come out and support that. Um, Also, that Saturday night from 4 to 7 at Best Friends will be a kind of like a Thanksgiving a dinner. It's called the Harvest Feast, and it's for open to anyone. Everyone can come. And so if you are not doing anything that Saturday night, you can come out. For contestants, registration is from 9 to 10. Orientation is at 10. Interviews will start at 11. And then you have plenty of time to go to your hotel rooms or go home, change, and come to the feast. Other than that, Renaissance will be at NBU. Well, I'll be at NBU this weekend or Friday. So come out and say hi, take a picture, give me a kiss and a hug. Um, uh, and well, I believe they'll be there Sunday to walk. I'll be there Friday to walk. Mr. Miss should be there on Sunday to walk. And then I'll be at EOY next week. Hello, Syria. Um, would love for Syria to come compete. I know she would air the panel out, but I'll be at EOY next week, and I think I'm going to Jackson the week after that. And then it's time for the give up. So we have this week with Stasha, and then we have someone next week. We have about 3 more. Then I think I'm gonna turn the tables and let someone interview me either at the end or after the rain. Maybe one little something to talk about. But other than that, please, please, please wear your pink tomorrow. As Miss Duval Plus, I'm doing this initiative for breast cancer. We all know someone that was affected by breast cancer, whether it's mothers, grandmothers, sisters, aunts, women, and also be mindful that men can be affected by it as well. So I didn't want to do it Halloween night because everyone to be in costume. So tomorrow, the last Wednesday, it kind of played off the movie Mean Girls. On Wednesdays, we wear pink. So if you please wear your pink tomorrow. If you can't wear pink because of uniform, do this. Tonight, take a picture in your pink and post it tomorrow under the thread. I'm going to have a pink Picks and Pink thread starting about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Everyone post their pink. And this is in honor of the people we have lost to breast cancer, the people that are still fighting breast cancer, and the ones that have survived. So please, if you can all support myself and the Duval Dynasty with that, I would really appreciate it. Wear your pink, any shade. Listen, you can have on a pink shirt, pink pants, pink panties, pink bra, pink underwear, pink earring, a pink bow, whatever, long as it's pink, and just support that. Other than that, I see Stasha on, but I don't see her on. I know she is in a time crunch tonight. Other than that, how's everyone doing? Um, Hello, Miss Yasha, my sissy, former Miss US of A, Westland, UMBU. I'm sure she'll be there this weekend. Hello, Alfred. I don't think we have any more announcements besides that. Universe this weekend, EOY next weekend, Grand Matter the weekend after that, and then Renaissance. So, yeah. Um, Hello, Eric. Everyone say hello to Eric. If you need anything stone or beaded, please inbox Eric. He is very, very, very thorough. Amazing designer with his beads and stones, and you will win gown. I did. So yeah. But other than that, I trying to bring her on. I know she's in a crunch, but I don't see her camera on. So there she goes. So she is the woman of the hour. You all know her as the legend, the icon. I'm going to go ahead and get started with her. We did go a little earlier, guys. So please do this. Before I bring her on, share this. I want all 33 of you to share this because she is an icon. She doesn't know how much she means to me. We'll get into that tonight. I have something I want to tell her. But she decided to come on. I wanted to have her on NBU Week because she is the head bitch in charge. You can't be NBU without coming through her. So, yes, we're gonna bring on the iconic, the legendary Stasha Sanchez, Miyakimu Glare Gorson.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. How
How
are
are
you?
you?
You look beautiful as usual.
Thank you. You can see me good.
We can see if you want to tilt it up a little higher, just go up a little higher. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Perfect. How was your day?
Today's been good. Whirlwind, but it's been good.
Right. Now, I know you have somewhere to be, but first, let me just say thank you for giving us this hour, hour and a half of your time. Stasha, we know you're busy. We know you don't do interviews much, but when we comprise the list of our icons and legends, we could not have this without you. So, thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak to you and to get to know you on a little different level, if that's okay with you. First question for you. Let everybody know, where did Miss Feta come from? The nickname Feta.
The nickname came from two people. That is Revlon. If y'all don't know Revlon, that's Mother Kim,
Mhm.
and Alejandro, which is the tabulator for Universe.
Okay.
Um, we used to date, and they used to call me fettuccine. I used to love to go out to eat and eat fettuccine all the time. And so they just started calling me fettuccine, and then fettuccine went to chini or feta.
Okay.
But the gist of it is fettuccine, and it came from food.
Okay. Do you still eat it to this day?
No.
Okay. Because you have to watch your figure, right?
Yes.
Okay. So take us back. Take us back before the icon, before the legendary, before everything that you've accomplished. Where are you from, and how was life for you growing up?
Um, okay. First of all, hi everybody. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in. And I hope you tell a friend, tell another friend to come on in and get a little bit of information about Stasha. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, and just going through school, I was always a popular kid,
Mm-hmm.
popular and bad at the same time. You can't leave
Mm.
out bad. um, and I mean, just growing up, I had a great experience growing up. I learned a lot just from dibbling dabbling through the community, trying to figure out who I was growing up. I knew that I always loved to entertain. I love to dance. We used to go to family reunions a lot, and they always had a talent show at the reunion. And I used to always be a part of the talent show. Like I had to get up and do a dance routine, And that was just my thing. Like I had to be the center of attention. And so once I found the world of pageantry,
Mhm.
that gave me the niche to want to express myself more, because growing up I used to want to model. I wanted to model. I wanted to be this superstar. I had this vision in my mind of what I wanted. But also growing up in that time, you would hear things like negative that, you can't accomplish this because of who you are and what you are.
Mhm.
So just through that journey, I wanted it, but I had doubt. And during that time, I didn't really understand being in church, but I still didn't understand that when you hear those things and you start having doubt, you're setting the path for your journey.
Mhm.
And I had to get out of that space of knowing like anything is possible. Anything that I speak on or ask for, I can achieve it. And even through doubt, I still can achieve it. So just going through that journey in life and wanting to be this superstar and want to be like the main attraction to any and everything that I was a part of or stepped into a room. And, here we are. I started pageantry, and this is me.
I think that you spoke it, the model and the attraction and the superstar. You did it clearly. It is what it is. Um, Tell us about your family orient through all of that when you were going through your transition and going through pageantry. Were they supportive or were they pushback for you?
Well, for me, I was popular,
Okay.
and I hung around popular people in Jacksonville. And I'm gonna call out the names because this was the journey that I had. So when I came out, it was Marissa, it was Sweetness, it was Ronrico, it was Deja, it was Lonnie, it was Yusef. It was like this whole crew of people that I met. And I didn't want to transition during that time. At first I didn't want to transition. I was kind of scared of like the whole drag thing, because when I first saw a girl that, performed, I was kind of taken back, like, ooh,
Yeah.
what's this? Like, what is going on? I was a little afraid, but I think that's for a lot of people, when it's something that you've never seen before or been
Mhm.
around. And it probably was hitting me that way because it was probably really who I was on the inside,
Right.
because I find myself seeing a lot of people that, shun against the LGBTQ plus I community. And when they're shunning themselves, it's because they're really wanting to be that or be in that, but they're afraid and don't know how to accept it.
Mhm.
And just being around them and going to the club for the very first time, there was no transition. I was basically dared to do drag
Okay.
by Marissa and Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington. They dared me to do a pageant. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, let's do it. Never been in drag, never been in heels, none of that. And they got me ready for Miss Jacksonville Newcomer. And that was my first pageant. I competed against 9 girls and I won.
Oh.
And that was like the start of everything. And I just remember how when just going through that journey of competing for the very first time, I had no idea that I wanted to keep doing it.
Mhm.
So of course, I used to tell myself, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. And then I know I had to perform again because I had won. So I had to perform at one of the biggest pageants in Jacksonville at that time. And that was Miss Northeast Pacific.
Mm.
And I started, I had to perform there, and the money was crazy. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. I might could do something with this. And I might could do something with this. And so I started performing and started enjoying the art of entertainment. And from then, I moved away to transition. I didn't
Okay.
stay at home to transition because I knew that that was different for my family.
Mhm.
And I didn't want anyone to be able to tell me that I couldn't do something again,
Gotcha.
or I can't be something again, or throw negativity or doubt on something. So I moved away to start my transition. And yeah, here we are.
Good. Positive. So you from Jacksonville, and did you move directly to Atlanta, or was there a transition somewhere else?
My transition was I went to Tallahassee.
Okay.
I went to Tallahassee thinking, let's go to school, after high school, let's go to
Hmm.
college,
Right.
but got to Tallahassee and for me, it was nothing but party city and boys. And I was like, I'm going to sit out a semester. I'm not going to school. And here we are. I went to Tallahassee for a while, then I left Tallahassee. And being that I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I really never received the love that I felt I should have from Jacksonville.
Okay.
And I moved away. I found love. I received love from a different family, and that's when I met my Orlando family, and that was, Alfonso and Kevin and Jaleese and that whole crew. Like that,
Hmm.
they showed me something that I never had living in Jacksonville. Having people there for you, support you,
Right.
travel with you. Um, encourage you.
Right.
And that was my family. And that's why I always say, like, I'm from Jacksonville, but I'm from Orlando as well, because Orlando gave me the love that I never received from my peers in Jacksonville.
Do you still feel that way about Jacksonville? You
Yes.
do? Okay.
Mhm.
And how did you end up in Atlanta?
I ended up in Atlanta I was getting ready for Universe. And this was the very first year that my father was competing. He wanted to step into it. And I remember my gay mom at the time, Gino,
Okay.
had said, they're not going to be focused on you. You need to come up here with me. And I was like, okay. I packed my bags. Um, I hugged everybody. It was late at night. I remember it was Clark and Red. They drove me to Atlanta.
Hmm.
And I remember when I was leaving, I felt like I was losing
Mm.
something
Hmm.
by leaving them, because of course Angelica had moved to Orlando to be with me
Right.
as one of my kids. And
Right.
so I was leaving them and I was leaving her, but I knew I needed to start my own journey. I needed to become the very best of me that I wanted to become. And so I
Right.
packed up and moved to Atlanta, got ready for Universe, and I won. And
Okay.
the journey started.
So let's stop there. From the time you started doing drag and transitioning to the time before you won Universe, is there anything that you would do different in that time period? So
Hmm.
anything before you win Universe, would you have done anything differently?
No,
Okay.
no, I would not have done anything differently. I think every lesson, everything that I went through, everything that I've done, it was all a learning lesson. It was a teaching lesson. Those were moments that actually gave me the strength to become who I am today.
Gotcha. Was Stasha always the name that you went by?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Gotcha. All right. And you came up with that, or was that given to you?
I came up with it.
Any particular reason why, or you just like the name?
I can't. Well, I felt like I always knew that I was different. That I wasn't like the rest. I
Mhm.
knew that my face structure was different, and I knew I had an exotic look. And so I
Mm.
always call it extreme beauty. And so I knew I needed a name that represented what I look like and how I carry myself. And I felt Stasha was something that it was a meaning behind it. Coming from the islands, it means Stasha has it all. She's over the top. She's and that's what made me gravitate to it, because it was an island name. It was like a Russian name. It was beautiful. It was different, and it was eye catching. And so that's how Stasha came upon to match with Sanchez.
Oh, okay. So if I'm hearing correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, you kind of went fast. How long was between you winning Miss Jacksonville Newcomer and you winning MVU? How long was that period?
A few years.
So about 3 years?
I think I start. Oh, I can't tell y'all when I graduated from school, but um, I remember my first year competing for Universe was in '95.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I was still a newcomer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I probably started around like 94, 90,
Okay.
maybe like 93, 94.
Okay.
Um, Yeah. I grew 93, 94. Yeah. It had
So
been like
basically, you stepped up really fast,
I
basically.
stepped up really fast.
Okay. Do you regret that or do you think that was the best for you?
I think it was the best for me. I think everything that I've done over the years, I did it because of me. You know,
Hmm.
it was not the only thing I did for that I kind of like put on myself from other people was the transition. Hearing them say, "You're so little. You should transition. You should be a girl." You know, and I was like, "No, no, no." But hearing it so much, and then I started doing certain things that were really soft on stage, and people were accepting it. It made me want to transition. So no, I don't think anything that I did through that period of time would what I want to take back or anything.
Now, if they weren't telling you that, do you think you would have transitioned? If
Probably
you,
because I feel like the where I'm at in my life now, I'm spiritually connected, and I'm connected in a way of knowing a lot of different things, and so I think it was written. My life was written. You
right,
know,
okay.
everybody's life is written. Sometimes you can redirect things in a way, but my
Hmm.
life was written, and I don't feel like if I wouldn't have been encouraged as much as I was, that I probably would not have. I felt like I still would have transitioned.
Okay, gotcha. When did you introduce to the ballroom scene? Because you are iconic over there as well. So tell us about that.
Around 96.
Okay. What were your
Yeah.
categories that you were
My
dominating?
first category in ballroom was Modell's Body. That was my very first category. I walked Modell's Body within a year, and in that year, I walked Sex Siren, Foot and Eyewear. I did Runway maybe like once, and I did a Vogue category one time, and that
Mhm.
was it.
Okay. And then you transitioned into the face
And
icon
within
show.
within that same like year, I started walking New Face probably around like 97, 98.
Hmm. Did you
Everything
get
that
any
I've done,
push?
I did it like I stepped into it, you know.
Were you received well in all of those categories? Or did they just not see it for you at first and you had to make them see it?
No, my first when I worked my first time walking New Face, I won.
Okay.
And then after that, I was winning. I was winning before I had my nose done. So let's be
Okay.
clear on that. Okay.
Okay. You
I
all
was
hear
win-
it first.
I
Here,
was
she
I
was
was
winning
winning. I
before.
was winning before I received that, and I was beating the girls,
Okay.
and they didn't care for that at that time, because they was wondering how I come from pageantry, and I'm like beating these girls in this category.
Mhm.
Um, but so yes, I started that. I was winning. I won it a lot. Kept winning it a lot. The only difference is for me is that some when they started giving out the grand prizes, like the big prizes like that, I didn't get the 5,000 because the first time they did it, I was in Chicago. Then when they did the 75, I walked that. I didn't get that. But those girls that were in those categories or that probably has won those high prizes, I beat them several times.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why you're the icon you are. Do
Yes.
you think that um because you were beating the girls and you were winning the pageants and all of that, why did you go get your nose done? Or was that something you always wanted?
That was something I always wanted.
Okay.
Always wanted. Always wanted. I knew growing up what I wanted for myself, and when you implement these things into your mind and you say these things, constantly speaking on them and saying what you want and having conversations with God, I feel like those are the things that He wants from you. He wants to have personal conversations and relationships with us so that when He hear us and we're speaking to Him, He's understanding like this is my child. I know what they want. I know what's good for them. I see that this is something that they want for a reason of positivity and not
Hmm.
negative.
Hmm.
And yeah, he's giving them to me.
Okay. Can you have anything before we move on?
Um, I heard about a little rusty pistol that you used to pack back in the day. So I'm curious to know more about the pistol that you packed back in the day.
Yes, I did. Used to carry a rusty pistol, but it used to shoot quite well. I carried that pistol because, coming from Jacksonville, like it was just to me, I wanted to be safe. I wanted to be protected. And I just was one that never liked to be disrespected. Like that's just me. So when I feel like I'm being disrespected, it does not matter. Like you're not gonna get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So I used to
Mhm.
carry my pistol and I remember I remember one of my sisters had did something to me one night. And I said, stop playing with me, leave me alone. And she kept doing it. So I went in my purse, I pulled her out, and I started firing. And she was running down the street.
Oh, you didn't hit nobody, did you?
Girl.
No, I tried to, but I didn't get her.
Okay.
Oh,
All
you
right.
was mad as hell.
So tell us about how you became introduced to Fabian. Bless her, rest her in peace. But how did you become a part of that dynasty?
I became a part of that dynasty from Sierra Sanchez.
Okay.
Sierra was from Jacksonville, Florida, and her parents used to own like a lot of cleaners, popular cleaners in Jacksonville. And uh, Sierra used to hang around Gino and Lonnie and Marissa and all of them. That was the whole crew.
Okay.
And when she put me in drag for the first time, it was Sierra, Marissa, and Alexis put me in drag for the first time. I just never forget. And I mean Sanchez is why not? That was
Right.
my mother, so I like this is it. She brought me
Okay.
to Atlanta and I met Fabian some years back. This is probably the year they had. It was a pageant back in the day. I cannot remember the name of it. I just remember that the girls was coming from the bottom of the stage and rising up and coming
Ooh.
out of an elevator onto the stage. It was like this fab pageant, this fab venue, and it was on Peachtree Street. I remember that, and that was my first time being introduced to Fabian.
Hmm.
And from that point, that was it. Fabian loved me. She always assisted me. She would always
Hmm.
help me, and like when she could, um, yeah. So that's how I was introduced to her.
Well, I think that you are definitely carrying on the Sanchez name very, very well. So I know that she is smiling down at you for that.
Thank you.
Um, let's get to know Stasha Rivers a little bit. Favorite color,
Red,
favorite holiday,
Christmas.
favorite pastime.
Just being at home, being in my space by myself.
Hmm. If you could live in any decade, which one would you choose?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I don't. I think I would stay in this decade.
Okay, present.
Yes, I'm present. I want to stay present because I feel like this is where my intimate moments and intimate conversations and me opening up and pouring my heart out to God and having my quiet time with him as much as possible. Like I feel like that actually helped me in so many different ways. So I'm going to take the present decade because
Mhm.
growth is amazing. Growth is a blessing, and for me, and that's me.
Okay. Favorite food to eat?
Veggies.
Green.
Yes.
Okay. Three flaws that you could work on about yourself.
I don't think it's three flaws that I can work on. I think there were things that I did work on.
Okay.
And that was to think before you speak, think before you type, and remove yourself from things that doesn't mean you any good.
Those are three good ones. Lessons. Those are some nuggets right there, guys. God, okay. If you could pick any celebrity to be best friends with, who would it be?
Look him.
Oh,
Yes.
I can see that. Have you ever met Lil Kim since you do impersonate her?
Yes.
Okay. How was that?
Amazing.
Okay. Okay. What is your passion in life?
Just hustling. Like I love to hustle. I love to work and do the things that I love to do because it brings me joy. It brings me excitement. I know normally when I'm doing the things that I love, like I'm happy. It makes me smile.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay. Favorite city or country to visit?
Paris.
Paris, France. Okay. Where's some place you will never ever want to go again?
Hmm. Never ever want to go again. That's kind of hard to say. I don't really think it's something that I ever want to go again. I'm trying to think. Where do I not want to ever go
It
again?
doesn't have to be a city. It could be a restaurant. It could be a club.
I'm thinking of that as well. Like I'm thinking of a variety of
Yeah.
things. Like, mm, mm-mm. I can't
Okay.
really
Okay.
pull up.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Favorite perfume.
Bond.
Okay. Favorite designer.
Hmm. I have a few. Um, I love Balmain.
Okay. All right. Bathtub or shower.
Shower.
Okay. Chocolate or vanilla.
I used to like chocolate.
No more.
Well, I don't eat that stuff like no more.
That's right. You don't. You don't eat meat either, do you?
No.
Okay. How long has it been now? How long has it been now? I remember you telling me one time it was that you were at 3 years. I think that's you're way past that now.
8 years.
Wow.
That's why her skin looks the way it looks, guys. So we have to lay off the meat. Is Stasha dating?
Um, I don't really want to put my personal business out there.
Okay.
Um, that's just if you see me, you see me. If you see us together, you see us together. If you don't, you don't. I
Okay.
don't really like discussing my personal business, especially like
Mhm.
with the community, because
Perfect.
I feel yeah.
So if you see her, you see her. If you don't, you don't. And we'll leave it at that. We play a game, Sasha, called Name It and Claim It. I will give you 10 words, 10 names, 10 places, 10 things. You give us the first thing that comes to your mind.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
Number one, Paris Smith, aka Lil Fetta.
My baby.
Was that your Angelica was your first child, right?
And my first kids were Angelica Sanchez, Aja, and Rella. Those are
Okay.
my first three kids.
Okay. And so he came along afterwards.
He came along after spoiled, bad, disrespectful, rude. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Number two, of course, my baby, my girl, Angelica Sanchez.
That's one of my first kids. Somebody I will always love Angelica. We have a connection of like family, like her mom, like she can call my mom, like I can call her mom.
Hmm.
Her mom knew when she was moving to Orlando that she was moving with her mother, and that was
Hmm.
me. So I mean, I love Angelica. Angelica's like one of my babies, like, and I love the relationship because I can talk to her, she can talk to me, I can ask her questions. If I'm going off the cliff, I may be like, daughter, listen, like what you think? And she'd be like, Ma, she can talk me out of things, she can talk me away from responding to things that I shouldn't have to respond to in a
Right.
way that can come across like disrespectful or rude. So I
Okay.
love Angelica.
Okay. Three, Mimi Marks.
I love Mimi. Mimi was someone that I used to watch growing up when I first started seeing the Continental pageants. Um, and I remember when I used to just watch her, and she did this song called "Pull Up to the Bumper."
Mm,
And when she did "Pull Up to the Bumper" in this white leather bathing suit, baby, I left Continental, went back home, got that bathing suit made, and I did it. Like it was like anything that I seen, I was like, I'm doing it. Like that's what I need to be. I need to be that.
okay.
That's what
Got you.
I need to be. But she's been somebody that has been supportive.
Mhm.
She's been encouraging. She's been loving, and yeah,
Okay. Number four, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the stars of the century?
a path, a pathway to an amazing journey that I've
Mhm.
received because it opens so many doors for me. Um, the stars of the century, like it allowed nothing but the best to come watch us, and
Mhm.
nothing but the best will come and watch us, and nothing but the best will actually come and you know like grab me and take me places and put me in places and rooms that I never thought I would be in. So yeah, I love the stars of the century, and I'm gonna continue to try to do my very best to carry that legacy to a higher heights. Um, now.
Yes. Number 5, when you think of the House of Garcon, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Family.
Family. Okay. Number 6, when you think of face, besides yourself, who is the first person that comes to your mind? And it doesn't have to be ballroom. It could be anyone.
Tiana Taylor.
You know y'all look alike, right?
She looks like me. I told her that.
Did you see her in the black dress the other night?
Yes,
Okay,
I
so I'm
did.
pretty. Are you going to have that on this weekend?
I don't know. I just screenshotted it.
Okay. When you think of Continental, your reign as Miss Continental, what is the first thing that comes to mind?
Dreams do come true.
Okay. How many times did you compete?
I won on my ninth, I think. Eighth or ninth, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of them.
Do you, okay. And you feel like that was the time you were supposed to win. It was destined for you.
Yes, I could. I honestly, I could have won some of the other times, but it was written differently for me that God had it set up to where I won in this time, because what it did was it put me in a different generation, right? So it
Mm-hmm.
kept me relevant, being that,
Mm.
and it kept me relevant and in a time where things were transitioning into a different decade and generation of people. And Continental at that moment was purposely done because I was mentally ready, I was
Mm.
spiritually ready, I was mentally ready, financially ready,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it just it opened doors to a better me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Number 7, Jerry Bird. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jerry?
listen, I love me some Jerry Bird. Like anything he asked me to do, I did it. And I think what was beautiful about our relationship is that before I won US of A, they thought I was the typical, you know, and I was going to be the typical
Mm-hmm.
girl that does nothing or, have complaints and, issues and don't do nothing and don't have conversation with the contestants. And that was what he thought.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just remember my very first prelim, it was Miss Texas. I remember he was like, okay, daughter, we're going to go out to eat. We're going to hang out. We're going to da da da. Baby, he came and picked me up. He took me to dinner and he took me to see the dancers. He took me and we drank and we had a good time. And that next morning was rehearsal. And he came and picked me up from my hotel and drove me to rehearsal. And when we rolled in that rehearsal together, everybody looked and said, how did you get Jerry at this prelim? And I was like, because he loves me. and
Right.
and and I always say that, like, but he was an amazing person. Like he always sent me gifts. He always did so many different things for me. And he always made sure I was good. He put me on the judges panel. Like I judged every other year. He said, daughter, I'm gonna have you on the panel every other year because you were one of my queens that I never got one complaint on.
Oh,
And so
wow.
every year, every other year, I would judge. And when I did not judge, he still made sure if I didn't have a hotel room, he still paid me.
See? See? Good. Number 8, your NBA king, Al Milan Dupree. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Transparent. Um, I love Al.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we had a I think we had a bond, a really amazing bond. I mean, we had our ups and downs, and I think with everybody, that's what you go through. And I
Mm-hmm.
felt like we did have a lot of ups and downs. I love him, but I'm just a different person now, and so I don't really get to talk to them as much as I used
With
to.
life.
Yeah, I'm just a different person now. Like I know I'm different. So, but I love him.
You did y'all win the same? Was it the same night back then, or was it different times? Do you remember?
Black America was. I think the boys were one night and the girls were the next.
Okay, all right,
Yes.
gotcha. Number 9, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your grandmother, Naisha Dupree?
She can't take me.
Now you know you're gonna get me in trouble because she's gonna say, "Why you let her say that?" But what? Why can't
Um,
she take you?
no, she's she's an, she's an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she she's spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
She's spoiled.
she loves hard, and she she loved things the way that she wanted.
Okay.
And for me, that is something that I think that I probably inspired to be, because her journey of teaching and coaching and showing love is how I think I do it. I'm maybe a little bit more lenient or lighter with it than she would
Mm-hmm.
be,
Mm-hmm.
but she definitely has helped me in so many different ways when it just came to like everything, like makeup and just taking me around the world when I won Universe. Like she took me everywhere, like, and I mean everywhere. She
Right.
took me so many different places and allowed me to grow. She allowed me to learn, and I look at myself now and I know that she was a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And number 10, what is the first thing that comes to your mind, or what does Black Universe mean to you?
Oh my gosh. Everybody should know that that is like my pride and joy. It's my heart. It's my heart and soul. Um I miss my daddy that created the system. He Yeah, I don't know. I love it. I
Okay.
love it. I'm in love with it. And I think because I knew the passion behind it, I knew what he wanted from it. I knew the stories behind it, and I know what's best for the system.
Mm.
Um,
Could you clear up this rumor right quick? Were you crowned outside? Is that true? I don't know why someone said the light. They turned the lights out and you were crowned outside. It was the pageant was so big and so long that you were crowned on the sidewalk.
no,
Okay, all
I
right.
not
wouldn't
true.
believe it.
So that's not true.
No.
So if it seems like we're moving fast, guys, it is because Sasha has a previous engagement after this. However, we want to get as much as we can out of her. But I want to piggyback on something you just said.
Mhm,
You just mentioned you know what's best for the system.
mhm.
What is best for the system?
Excellence, black
What does it,
excellence.
what does that look like to you?
What you see before you.
Okay.
What you see before you.
So what happens?
Every former that you see, at some point they didn't understand it at first, but at
Mm,
least by the time they gave it up, they understood the love, the sorority house, the commitment, the dedication that we all have when it comes to it. And that's why when you see us that weekend, it's all rulers. It's nobody else. It's just rulers.
mhm.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone that obtains to want to be a ruler?
Never come into a situation trying to change things. Only step into situations to try to learn and help make things better.
Mhm.
I think that moving, like, just like now, like when you apply for a job, you can't go to a job and apply and then try to change things like off the rip and make it seem as though like
Sure can.
this is, I want this, I want that. It has to be like this, it has to be like that. You can't do that. So for me, honestly, I you have to come in and be able to understand that you can never come in a situation and try to change it. You can only come in and try to make things better by working together.
Together. Giselle made a post today that said, once you win, you are not in competition with your court. You are now all together. Do you believe that as well? Do you believe each person's reign is separate, or do you believe collectively as rulers they are together?
I That can go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Once you win separately,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, you win separately. Now it's up to you to bond with those individuals to reign successfully however you want to. But if you don't want to reign with them, as long as you are reigning and communicating with your court, that speaks volume. It speaks that I am here to do the job. We may not dress alike for national walks. We may not do this alike. We may not think alike, but We love each other, we respect each other, and we want to see the system continuously grow and have spaces for generations to come. Because when you think about universe, and it's a system that was created to also have a platform for us to be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And so it can't be a hobby, it has to be a career. No matter how you do it, when you do it, it should still be something that you do, not just as a hobby.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that it is a formula to win, Miss Black Universe?
Of course, it's
Mm-hmm.
always a formula. It's a formula to anything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a formula to become a trans woman. It's a formula to win a pageant. It's a formula to be able to carry yourself a certain way in the broad daylight. It's always a formula to any and everything that you're connected to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yes,
Let's talk about the fact that many people feel like if they don't get through you, they can't be NBU. Do you find that to be true, Stasha? Transparent. Well, let me ask you this.
yes.
What does that mean though? What tell us what that means?
When I say yes, I'm saying yes, and I'm saying yes because I'm the one that's picking the people to sit there,
Mm,
right? If I if I have to sit there, I'll sit there. I choose not to sit there. So whatever I'm implementing into those judges when they're sitting there to judge and look for, so yes, you still got to come through the queen.
okay. You hear it
Yes.
here, the queen.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments asked, please tell us the formula.
Now who asked that question?
Somebody, a male, Mr. US of A at large asked it.
Um. Well, hi, Mr. US of A at large. For a quick summary of formula, when you look at when you look at the system, and you look at what it represents trend setting, fashion, stage presence, being polished, um, being personable, being relatable.
Mhm.
Like those things to me are the basics that you need to have the formula to win the pageant. Because you can come and not have the fashion sense, but you may have a talent, but you can't win that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you bring those elements all together, I feel like that's a good formula to win the competition.
How
And
do
be
you,
respectful.
and be,
And be
okay, be
respectful.
respectful. After you win and before you win, correct?
Yes, both.
Okay. How do you eliminate or stay away from the negativity that goes on after the pageants?
Okay. Okay, so being as transparent as possible, because I know that's what people really want.
Mhm.
I I disco- I disconnected myself from the community many years ago. Um, and I disconnected myself because there was so much negativity that came along when it came to Stasha, right?
Mhm.
Everybody had a view of like what they thought who I was, and their expectations, or you know, she's this, she's that. So just over those years of me, I disconnected myself, literally, mentally, physically, spiritually, disconnected myself to where I did not want to have anything to do with the community, right? Um, Sad, but it's true. Um, so when a pageant is over, it's back to the same thing. I'm still disconnected.
Gotcha.
When I'm at a pageant, I'm only there for work. I'm there for business. And 9 times out of 10, that's what you see me doing at a pageant. I'm working, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
After that, I'm done. It's back to like I don't know nothing. I don't know who these people is. I'm staying away from it. I don't want no drama. Don't leave me out of it. If you talk about me, if you got something to say about me, that's perfectly fine. I'm not responding. I
Mhm.
don't care. But what I will do is I won't acknowledge you the next time you speak to me because I know
Mm.
that you had something to say about me. I know that you were talking about me. I know that you liked the comment that was saying
Mm.
negatively about me,
Negatively.
right? And
Right.
so when I see them, I remove myself from them, and or I don't acknowledge them, you know. And so for me, I'm always disconnected when it comes to that. And so mentally, spiritually, and physically, like I'm just not in that space. So when a pageant
Right.
is over, like it's back to Stasha because
Right.
it's to me that's what I have. It's me.
So I remember we talked at House of Royal. You said you wanted to unpack this. Where do you feel that negative connotation of you came from? Was it something that you may have done that was spiraled, or was it something that just was blown up? Was it rumors and lies? Where did that come from?
I feel that all of that came from people feeling like they knew me
Mhm.
or wanted to get to know me and couldn't, or someone saw me react to something that somebody did to me.
Mm,
Nothing that I've ever done was just me being evil or despiteful to anybody.
right.
Um,
Reaction
if
to something.
if every action deserves a reaction, right? And during that time, if you did it, you got the reaction, right? And so I got punished or I got talked about for giving a reaction to something that was done to me, right? Because
Mhm.
people never sit back and realize, well, what made her act like that, or what made her do that, or what made her say this, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
But never thought about what the person could have already done to me in order to make me respond in the way that I did, right? And so just over time, with me not allowing people to disrespect me,
Hmm.
not allowing people to be rude to me, talk to me crazy, not allowing a lot of people around me in my space. Like I've always been like a person that I'm in it, but I'm not in it. I'm
Right.
there, but I'm not there, right?
Hmm.
Um, so just in time, like people will always see these things. So if somebody said something about me online and they liked it, and somebody showed me that they liked it, and these people liking the stuff that people saying, when those people see me and they be like, "Oh, hey, Stasha," and I'm like, and keep it moving. Oh, she nasty, da da da. How am I nasty? What have I done? You enjoyed something that somebody said negatively about me.
Mm.
And so by you enjoying this, what am I supposed to do? Have you around me? Have you in my space? Allow you to continue to bring me that negative energy and think that it's okay? I'm just not a person that like fake people around me. I don't want fake things, people, places, none of that. So when it comes across like that, I am one of those people that will cut it off, cut you off like you never existed. And so that's where all of that actually stems from. You
Hmm.
know,
But
I cut them
Sasha,
off and I leave them alone.
but
Simple.
I know you to be a very forgiving and graceful person too.
Hmm.
You do give grace. I remember, so a little quick story. You were Miss Black Continental the night of your give up. I came in the dressing room crying. Some situations that happened with me and my parents, and you did the Players Club. Everybody out of the dressing room. You closed the door and you spoke some things into me that nobody had ever said that propelled me to continue to be the woman that I am. So I don't think people honestly get to see that side of you because of the guard that you put up or because you don't necessarily want to be connected. Do you sometimes regret that, or do you feel now that's what you have to do for your peace?
I don't regret none of that. I don't
Okay.
regret nothing that people have put on me trying to make me be the bad person. I don't regret any of those things because what I was doing was protecting myself from allowing people, like people don't, there's no loyalty around here these days, right? Everybody
Mm.
sits around, talk about each other, dog them out, and then smile in their face like, oh, we girlfriends, that's my sister. No, you're not my sister. You're not my brother. You're not my family because you're doing this. You didn't come to me and say nothing. And honestly, can I be as transparent as possible?
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's been times where you, Trinity, has said some things about me, right? And
Absolutely.
and I remove myself from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in those instances, it just made me say, how do I receive these people? How do I get past that type of energy and move forward in life? And so when I pulled back years ago and I started to do a whole fixer upper, and I really went spiritual, and people didn't really understand my journey, and I didn't need them to understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing it because I went celibate for years. I didn't want no man around me for
Mhm.
years. I was not eating meat, still don't eat meat. It was just this
8
whole
years.
journey that I went through because I was actually fixing me mentally. I was fixing me
Mm.
spiritually. I was fixing me to the highest power to where I can always say, I forgive, I let go, but I don't forget.
That's and in that, hurt people hurt people. So
Yes.
understand that I was hurting too. So anybody that was in my path, I was out to hurt them. That doesn't make it right,
Hmm.
but you were in my path. So,
Hmm.
what I'm saying is that so anything that I said or did to you, it wasn't that I was just trying to just be a nasty person in general. It was that I was dealing with my own issues, which is why we're in this place that we're in now. That I
Hmm.
can embrace you, hug you, girl, I love you. You can come to the state and I come and see you and stuff like that. May not
Hmm.
be the best of friends, but there's a mutual respect because, as you know, you had to go through something to heal, and I did too.
Yes.
So hopefully you see that, and it just is
I wouldn't be
on.
here if I didn't.
You, I know you would. I know you would. So
You,
we definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that
yeah,
because I was telling Paris the other day, she doesn't know how much she means to me because of some of the things I have done or said or I may have been a part of. And I wanted to be able to say that publicly because just like I might have liked the comment publicly or said something publicly, you deserve your flowers from me publicly. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I know we did the whole apology thing before, but if I want to say at any time in the past, I made you feel any type of way for making you feel hurt. I definitely apologize to you for that. I love you, I appreciate you, and I respect you wholeheartedly for that, for
that's
accepting.
lovely. I wanted to insert myself. I'm a man of very few words,
Mhm.
but I was just thinking, like when you were talking, Stasha, I think that a lot of times people like to hold people hostage
Mhm.
to their perception of them because it feels good, right? Because
Mhm.
I want to dislike you. So since I
Yeah.
want to dislike you, anything somebody says, I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna say this is a bad person because of this. But what they're really saying is I don't understand that person. Or like you said earlier, they won't let me in
Mhm.
to their inner circle, so I don't like them because they think they better than somebody. So I think that is just a misconception with a lot of the girls in the community that are of a certain status, because a lot of people they throw stones
Mhm.
often, and they don't realize that they're throwing a stone at another human being that
Mhm.
is feeling the pain. But to them, oh, you're superwoman, she can take it. So I think it's
Mhm.
just a lesson for all of us to learn that y'all are still human, and just because y'all are maybe in limelight in the community for a very long time, that doesn't make you invincible. You're still
Yeah.
human. So all I'm hearing from you is the human aspects of Stasha. Like I'm
Yeah.
still human. So I have
Yeah.
to protect myself. So
And
I
I
think
have to.
that's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's very important because, like I was the one that the community just didn't like. I've always been that person that they did not like. And I still feel that way now. Like anytime I competed for a pageant, people don't clap for me. They don't applaud for me. And this is the community that I'm a part of. So that's why I say respectfully, I remove myself from the community. So when people see me come to pageants and I'm like standing back, sitting to the side, minding my business, it's because of the things that I have went through, um, from the people that's supposed to be something I'm a part of. And I felt like I've put a lot of hard work into this community. I feel like I've set a lot of trends. I've done a lot of work in this community. I feel like to this very day, like I see people performing like me, but anytime I'm at a pageant, they always favorite entertainer. It's gonna be somebody else, right? And I'm not hurt by it. I'm just saying, like, these are the things when I hear that, it's like, oh, their favorite entertainer is this person, this person, this person. But they favorite entertainers are performing like Stasha, right? And so when I would compete for pageants and people wouldn't clap, or they don't support Stasha like that. I have a select group of people that really supported Stasha, that went hard for Stasha.
Right.
And so those are people that supported me. I never had like the community like all supporting Stasha. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so
Yeah.
for me, like, I just had to get to a place in my life to where I understood really who I was and what I was worth without having acknowledgement from my peers.
Yeah. But just to be devil's advocate on that, I think that it's up and down, right? Because I can remember a time when everyone like worshiped Stasha. Like I can remember when a time when Stasha would walk out on stage and you wouldn't get past the first verse without a mass choir trying to throw money at you.
I'm
But
not saying that. I'm not saying that.
right.
That still happens.
Right. But what I'm saying is that I think that we just have a two-faced community
Yes.
because of all of the pain that is within the community. Because
And
it's
that's
like they build y'all up,
to
and
tear
then
you
once y'all
down.
get there, they want to tear you down.
And that's what I felt. I felt like I grew so fast because I won Universe. I went and won Black America. I won Sweetheart. Then I went to Continental. Then I went to USA. Then I finally won Continental. You know what I'm saying? It was like everything was just happening, happening,
Popping.
happening. And so I think people started to see that and felt like, I don't know, that's
They
too much.
made you something in their head. They
Yes.
created.
Exactly. It's really not my fault that this is something y'all did. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that I was still worth something. No matter if you clap for me, applaud for me, whatever the case may be, or talk about me. I knew I was still worth something. And I know like when people talk about me and put me down and drag me through the mud, that was one of the reasons why I left Facebook and I don't want to return. It's because of that, and it came from the people from my community. And so people don't understand I am a human being, right? And these are my experiences, these are the things that I went through. So
Mhm.
when I'm not around and I'm not there and I'm not in the circle, but I'm in the circle, it's because I have to protect Stasha,
Yeah.
because people will constantly keep trying to tear you down in so many ways to make themselves feel better or uplifted,
Well,
and
we
I'm not
love
going to
you,
allow that to
Stasha.
happen.
Right.
Well, we love you, Stasha. And Stasha called me on my birthday and told me happy birthday, y'all. So whatever.
Sasha, where do you see the state of drag right now from when you started in the 90s to now? Where do you see it? Is it up, down, good, bad, indifferent? What's your
I,
take on it?
honestly, I think drag, it looks up, but if this generation or new generation does not understand that everything doesn't come fast or everything doesn't come overnight, and knowing that you have to fight the good fight in order to accomplish these things, that's what's going to tear it down. Because a lot of, to me, this is what I feel, my personal experiences, but I want to keep iterating my
Yes.
personal experiences. You know, I feel like a lot of the newer generation, they know everything. They got it all. You know, you can't say nothing to them. You can't tell them nothing. And, you know, that shouldn't be the case, because at the end of the day, everybody should want to continue to learn, because that actually builds you up and make you a greater performer, a greater artist, a greater whoever you're trying to be, you know. And I feel
Right.
like accomplishing things constantly and re, reinventing yourself
Hmm.
is something that's important. And a lot of the newer generation, like I don't see them doing that right now.
Would you
But
entertain RuPaul's Drag Race now that trans women can come on?
yes,
You would. Okay.
yes.
Have you been auditioning?
No.
Okay. Well, we need to get you on that. Get on it. um, what do you think is something that you could tell a newcomer that is looking to step up but feels they're not ready?
Get out your head, stop being scared. um you got to be in it to win it.
Mhm.
If you want to be the best, you got to compete against the best.
Mhm.
um and also in that journey, always remember to reinvent yourself. A lot of people don't know how to reinvent themselves, and they start looking the same, dated, old,
Mhm.
nothing changed, makeup the same, costumes the
Mhm.
same, creativity the same.
Mhm.
And you have to know that like reinventing yourself constantly through your experiences of competing and doing pageantry, you need to be able to take constructive criticism and always reinvent yourself.
Tell us about you being the coach girl.
um Amazing experience, amazing, that was an amazing job, you know, in itself. It was one of those moments I was as I was there and I was getting in makeup and I was getting in hair and they was pulling out all these clothes and it was like the whole set. It was one of those moments that I really knew, like I knew God listens to me, but I knew then that like he's there, like Sasha, he's listening to you, like he's understanding you, and he's
Mm.
putting it into your space, into your lap now. It's because he knows that you're spiritually ready, you know, like you're mentally ready for these type of accomplishments. And
Mhm.
so just that whole journey, that experience was one of the most amazing experience that I probably have ever had, because
Mhm.
that campaign, I did two commercials, and that campaign was international.
Hmm.
you know,
Yes.
and it was just a beautiful moment, and I won't ever forget it. I could call them now and get whatever I need.
Sickening. Are you done competing?
I say yes.
Okay. You said yes while you was Miss Continental. I looked up you was House of Royale.
Well, yes, but House of Royale is a ball pageant, so it was like a mixture
Okay.
of both, and it
Okay.
wasn't like I had to like put myself. And I'm being so honest. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have to put myself in the arena of pageantry
Hmm.
to be around the people like that again, because I felt like that community, it kind of damaged me a little bit to
Hmm.
where like I had to alleviate myself from it, and so
Okay.
that's why I say no.
Okay. Well, we would love to see you go to Queen. I mean,
I
hey,
would too.
just throwing that out there. I know you said you have somewhere to go, but you've given us so many nuggets. Stasha, who are some of your favorites that are up and coming right now?
Okay, when you say up and coming, what generation you mean? Because I don't
Who
really
are
know a lot of
definitely
newer
not
Under
your
you.
girls.
clearly not your generation, but we'll say some girls that are new or that are up. Some girls that are maybe just started. Some girls that have been in the game a while. Some girls that are under your generation.
Okay,
Who's going to be sitting in your seat as an icon and legend in 20 years? We'll say that.
how many I'm picking?
However many you have
Um,
that you can think of the top of your head.
because I don't know a lot of girls, honestly. Um,
Who has the drive? Who has the will withal? Who has the entertainment value?
my crazy daughter Giselle,
Which one?
Barbie,
Okay. Anyone else?
Royale. I forgot I
Okay.
got two Barbies, but yeah, Barbie Royale.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like she's one. Um, who else? Oh, I feel like Trinicia Sanchez could be that as well.
I like her. Love her. Okay. And those are two people that you have put your hand into and making sure they're grooming, right?
I think I've had a part of some of the things.
Okay. All right. What will your children say about you when you're gone?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
honestly I can't even answer that because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
Like I feel like I was a good mother. I've been a good mother, but I also don't know what people expectations are or what they have expected and what they receive from me
Mm.
as a parent. But I do know a lot of my kids that like was around me, that grew up around me. They're doing amazing things. Some of them are like lawyers. Some of them are doing this. Some of them are doing that. Some of that. Like so, everybody's doing different things.
Mhm.
And hopefully, with my hard love and push and drive, and also seeing me work towards things and never stopping and never quitting. Hopefully, that inspired them to do the exact same thing. So honestly, I don't know what they would say about me. Honestly,
If the prize package is right, would you walk face again?
yes.
Okay. All right. What do you think or would you like your legacy to be?
I would love for my legacy. Honestly, I really want people to like honestly understand that I really want people to stop skipping over Stasha in the art form of entertainment. And when I say skip over Stasha, meaning like skip over all the things that I've done that was great, that was amazing, that that started things off. Like nobody was putting bronzer on their face doing shows and pageants and stuff, right? Dave
Mm.
was like, "Oh, she oily, she look shiny." No, bitch, I look sickening. And and I no, I'm being serious. And it's like
No, we know
now
you are.
every makeup artist, and I mean everyone, pageants, whatever, boy queens, they all putting it on. All of them are putting it on. And so I really want people to understand, like, yeah, I'm great. It's no shade. Like I'm great. I'm freaking great. And I'm saying this because I've always been the one to cheer for myself. When nobody else would clap for me, I was clapping for myself in my head. When I competed for pageants and I would categories and people wasn't clapping, I'm telling myself in my head, no, they can't take it. They can't take you, girl. Like you sickening, girl. They bitch, they can't take you. That's why they're not clapping. So that was my way of like boosting myself, pushing myself when there was nobody else there to do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
We know you're only 27 years old, but would you do it all the same away?
I would. I
Okay.
would. And the reason why I say I would is because I am. I guess the older that I get, the more that I understand, like Stasha, the more I
Mhm.
understand the world, the more I understand the community. And I know people, I know I say this a lot, and people, when I say it to people, they be looking at me. I never say that this girl crazy, but I know I'm chosen,
Mhm.
you know, and I feel like a chosen person is someone that observes everything, like your mannerism, how you look, what facial expressions you're making, you know, can pick up on energies. And so that's a reason, that's one of the things that I I'm big on is energy. And so when I feel energy, that's how I respond to people, right? And so I keep myself out of those spaces of
Bad.
gravitate into that bad energy. So I
Mhm.
stay away from it, you know? Like
Right.
I stay completely away from it. And so people when they say like you let's go do this or come around here, we doing this. I may be like, who is that? Who over there?
Right.
And I'm thinking in my mind, do I want to go there in that space? And they change my energy, right?
Mm.
And so I'm big on energy. So that's why like I stay so far away from things and people and places because my energy is important, my peace is important, and I feel like my peace brings happiness, right? And so my peace is something that I'm personally like I want to hold on to and cherish, like my peace. My peace has brought me a very long way.
Peace. Peace
That's
be
important.
still. What can we look forward to this weekend out of you?
Just set more trends, you know,
Okay.
set more trends. Family and join my family, join everyone, join the patrons that are coming to support the system, and join just the love and support that people are showing for a system that was created for Black excellence.
Okay.
So you're gonna you're gonna expect some beauty, you know. I'll make the girl look. I'm making the girls pull out, make sure they faces together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching. I tell you, watch when you see the girls. They gotta try to make sure they together, right? I'm telling you.
So before King does the nugget, we're just gonna plug November the 23rd, 24th, Renaissance Starling Hotel. Tomorrow, please, everyone. Sasha, you're not on Facebook, but if you don't mind, put on something pink, take a picture, send it to me. I'll post it. Everyone wear your pink tomorrow for breast cancer awareness on behalf of Miss Duval Plus. And King is going to end with the nugget for Sasha.
So, Sasha, first off, thank you so much for lending us your time. It was very appreciative. I'm sure all of the viewers got a lot out of it. I definitely
Mhm.
did. And I think that we all understand you just a little bit better if we had
Yes.
any type of resolve that was needed. So, we asked all of our icons to leave us with a nugget for us or our viewers or both that we can take with us throughout our journey. So, what is a nugget that you've left us with many nuggets? But what is
Seriously.
one nugget that you can specifically leave us with?
I always like to leave with this nugget. I say this a lot when I'm like getting off of my lives and you know, or maybe an interview or whatever. I always like to say, find out who you are and do it on purpose. Life has a
Mm,
purpose for us all.
I love
Okay.
Anything
that.
you do, it should be intentional. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk into a room and they be like, "Ugh," I'm doing it intentionally because I look good, right? I'm stepping into that space intentional. It's on purpose. You know, you're doing it on purpose. Everything that you do, you should do it on purpose.
Gotcha.
I love that. She said,
I love
find
that.
out who you are and do it on purpose. That is sickening. Thank you so much. And just a reminder, guys, early voting in your city, if it's still going on, make sure you vote. If you've missed it, make sure you go out on Tuesday, November the 5th, and cast your vote because your vote does matter and your vote does count, and we are depending on you. All
Sasha,
right.
you will be getting a. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And also, and with that, I hope that everyone that is attending Universe this weekend has already voted. because if you miss your flight trying to get back home on Monday or Tuesday and something happens, that's going to be a problem. Okay, so I
Right.
pray that everyone has already went out and
Ooh.
voted so that your vote will count. And also, don't forget on every Monday, starting on next Monday, November the 4th, the Stars of the Century showtime. Doors open at 9:30, showtimes at 10. That is our
Oh,
new showtime from now on. We want our working people to come out and be able to enjoy themselves and get home and get some good night's rest before they go to work the next day. Also, and on December the 2nd, I have an amazing charity event. It's my ninth year having it. I have some of the most amazing entertainers from across the globe that will be there to help raise money for the less fortunate. And I want to donate my proceeds towards the Trans House here in Atlanta, Georgia.
oh wow.
I have some of the best entertainers. I'm sure you guys probably have seen the flyer circulating, but I have a couple of names that I have to add on that flyer. And my new names that I have to add on the flyer, I have to add Westland to the flyer. I also have to add Mr. Florida, that is Isaiah Sanchez Hilton, my grandson. And I
Okay.
also have to add to the flyer Lakeisha Lucky. I got Lakeisha Lucky to
Oh,
come. I'm so
Oh my
excited. She's
God.
one of my favorites. And just to have her in the building on that
Yes.
night, it's going to be one of the most amazing, phenomenal experiences
it's amazing.
that you could possibly ever have. And
Yes.
so please make sure you guys just make sure you'll be getting the tickets will be out. I'll have the link ready this week or by the beginning of next week so that you guys can start purchasing early tickets and all that good stuff. Please come out and support and help me do the very best that I could possibly do to, just build something great. I want to continue
Right.
to do something great for people, the community, until I get to a place where my charity event is one of the biggest and sold out charity events in the world. So
Yes.
thank y'all so
Yeah,
much for
Well,
having me,
we'll
and I
definitely be
appreciate it.
promoting that more and more on the show
yeah.
each Tuesday.
And guys,
Thank
if
you.
you can't make it there, like I can't make it, but we can still purchase a ticket and donate it, or we can just purchase a ticket to purchase to donate the money for the event because it is a charity event.
Thank you.
So Sasha, be looking out for a message from Randall as a VIP special for the pageant. Although we would love for you to join us on panel. I know that's something that you wanted to do at one point in time. Come on panel just to do that category. So would you still be open to that?
Because I don't mind, and I think doing a panel is okay. People think that because people think like, I don't have the mindset to speak, or I
I
don't
don't
have the
think after this
intelligence.
conversation
You just
tonight, no
did it
one is
for
going
over
to
an
ever think
hour.
that.
I
This was
know
an
this,
hour and
but
20
they
minutes.
don't. They don't know this because they feel like they know me
That's
Oh.
them holding you hostage
Yeah.
in their
You have
head.
in
you
their
have
head
gave
and
us
keeping me in a place where they want me to be. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, if that's what happens, I don't
yeah,
mind getting
you
up
have
there and
given us
speaking to the
full
people.
conversation for an hour and 20 minutes. So I don't think anybody should ever think that about you. This will stay up. Share it. And thank you, Sasha, once again. And we will
Bless the
see you
people.
this weekend. Bless the
Bless
people.
the people.
We'll see you this weekend with hugs, kisses, and pictures. And thank you
Yes.
again.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank y'all
Bye,
so
Sasha.
much.
y'all. Have a good one.